Welcome to the North American Golden Domers for Sunday, March 1st, 2026. We are back and we are live. I am Raji, and I'm coming to you from North Bend, Canada. I introduce our esteemed panel tonight. Nothing's changed, new season, same people, excited about it, a little more seasoned, and coming to us live now from Batavia, New York. Andy, how are you, my friend?
I'm well, Raj. Good to see all you guys. It's been a while. Good to be back.
You feeling good, Andy?
I'm feeling really good. I'm ready for the season to start today, but obviously we're going to have to wait a little bit.
A lot has happened in the world since both Notre Dame world and the real world since our last podcast, but it's so good to see you again. Coming to us live now from Mexico City, which I hope is a long way from Puerto Vallarta. Are you safe down there, Dolph?
Oh, very, very good pronunciation, Roger. Yeah, it's it's been a hectic week here, so yeah. I mean, in general, we are safe, so shouldn't be much of a problem.
Good. That is quite. What are you wearing, Dolph? It's okay. Very nice. Yeah, very
hockey
nice.
Jersey.
Because they beat that?
At the store, right there in South Bend, and the team won last night at an overtime game against Penn State. So I thought I'd wear this jersey.
Good to see you again. And coming to us live from somewhere in Florida. Lovely to see you. Your normal attire is the paneled executive look. Today, light, carefree, white, looking great, Paul. How are you?
Good to see everybody. I'm so excited to be back with you guys for tonight, and I am coming live from Anna Maria, Florida, in the beautiful Gulf of America, with a little bit of sun on my face. I try to stay out of it as much as I can, but I have been down here golfing and doing a few other things for the last week. I go back tomorrow, so it's been a good break.
Are you wearing a long sleeve, Paul?
No, I'm bare armed. Go Irish.
Okay.
Go.
Okay.
I will not take offense by the fact that I'm coming down there, and once you heard I was coming down, you decided to get out.
As soon as possible.
Yeah, makes perfect sense.
I would just say that I did learn a lot about Mexican geography last week because other than Dolph, I have no connection to any person in Mexico, but I was looking at all the different places that were popping up with problems and then looking at how far away Rudolph was. So I got a little smarter on geography last week because of that.
Yeah.
Now, Paul, with a new season here, our contracts have all been renewed. Both Dolph and I, as you requested, took a cut to accommodate Andy's return. Any other changes coming for this season, Paul, the new season?
I mean, I think the word was significant cut, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. We're paying you.
I'm happy I was able to secure Andy after the year that the United States has had, so it's good.
Sure.
The year the United States has had. Well, we'll dig into some things throughout the podcast. Lovely to see everyone. I just wanted to give some listener feedback to start. We are at 136 listeners, viewers. So we thank you for the subscriptions. Please continue to share, subscribe, like. Andy, can we say that if we hit 500 by December, we'll get a farm trip?
Oh God, yeah. Okay. I'm not worried.
Would you lower that number? Is there a number that would make it more competitive that you think?
What are we at? We're at 136 right now. I'll meet you at 300. 300.
Oh my gosh, that is doable.
I can get that.
That's very doable.
They have to be real people. They can't be bots. They can't be multiple emails that are Raji 1, Raji 2. They got to be real people.
I think you overestimate our technical abilities there, Andy. I don't think I would know how to do any of those things.
I think if we took a deep dive into the concept of real people, our subscribers might already be cut in half. They might get down to about 50. So
that is very true. No offense to any of them.
It's all interpretive. In terms of listener feedback, I will tell you that I received a lot of inquiries in the past few months as to when are we coming back, what's going on, we miss you, we need you, all very lovely stuff. So thank you for that. And what I thought, or what struck me, was that we are at a point now where we've got a following of some sorts. We have people out there that seem to want to see us, and with that fame comes the downside of it. I mean, we saw the what do you call it, the trolls from the Miami team at one point, and haha to them. Sorry that didn't work out.
I've never been prouder that we had trolls.
But we also have for the lack of a better term, we sort of have a whack pack now. We have, we've got alcoholics. We've got a blind guy who's pretending to be blind, or we're not really sure. We got cats watching us. So it's neat. We've got a character out there. There's many characters in our audience as there are here. So we thank you for all that. In terms of the off-season, gents, I thought I'd just take a look and see around the screen here. What happened? Anything of note in the past few months with you guys? I will share that I made my way back out to the Schultz Museum and the Warm Puppy Cafe and all that, and got to see Snoopy again. That was good. Andy, you might be the one to do this, but when my body is found in about 3 months, these glasses will be stuck up an orifice. I ended up getting the Meta AI glasses.
Oh, God.
And if I wasn't the most annoying person in a room beforehand, I am now. Someone asks a question, I just ask my glasses for it. Or if people don't want to know information, I tell them about it. So,
Wow.
So I am the future, but I think my shelf life is now cut considerably.
Yeah.
Andy, how about you? What's anything going on with you? What happened in the past couple months? How did the butter tarts? What happened with the whole? Was there a butter tarts banquet?
There was a butter tarts banquet in November. Went really well. A fine send off to my son Drew, at being 6th grader. He's no longer a junior butter tart at this point. So beautiful send off. They all received mini helmets, which is what he's been working for the last 4 years. Apparently, that's all he wanted, was that little mini helmet that said Scotia Glenville on it.
Nice.
And nothing. He started his travel lacrosse season today with their first practice indoors, of course, because it's in the 20s here. So we're already on to lacrosse. We're ready.
Paul, before I ask you, I also got a haircut. So for the audience, I hope I look younger. I hope that I look a little more presentable. I was starting to worry that beforehand I was starting to look like Ben Franklin a bit too much. I got referred to as C-Note one time, and it wasn't a good comment. Paul, what about you? What's been going? You look great, Paul. You look you look like the Ponce de Leon of camp. You're getting younger as the years go on.
I'd love to say I get that a lot, but I don't. So I'll take it. I feel as you presented this question, I was thinking, well, I guess I really only exist during Notre Dame football season, because I can't think of a real thing that I've done since then. I mean, raising the family, helping Mary started high school, and getting her to places and things, but I haven't really done anything. I did get a haircut as well, but I don't know if mine's not as, marked as yours is. And I got no Google glasses. So I just guess I hang around in a state until the season starts up again. But all's good. All good.
I'm glad to hear it. Andy, one of the first things I as someone who works in insurance and is well aware of risk management and risk avoidance, one thing I can tell you is that I will not ever wear these into a public bathroom. I do not need to be arrested.
Sure.
Would you arrest me if you saw me in a public bathroom with these?
I mean, regardless of the glasses, my immediate reaction is to arrest you in a public bathroom, because you're up to no good.
Based on certain TROs, I think you're almost required to, Andy.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Look at him.
Look at him. Dolph, what about you? The past couple months, other than the past week or two, I suspect have been smooth. But what was up? What was been up with you in the off season?
Well, I mean, just the regular routine, and football started again for my son, so I'm coaching that team, and I got to wake up real early on Saturday and Sunday mornings to go to that. But other than that, it's been basically a routine.
No.
And
what is
whatever happens in Vallarta, right?
Oof. What's your son's team's name? I know it's not something as exciting as the Butter Tarts. What?
No, it's the Little Pumas.
Oh, that's nice.
Raji, wasn't that your nickname in high school? The Little Puma?
Andy and I, internally, our wheels are spinning trying to get to the punchline. I was going to say later on, if we're good, Andy will show us Little Puma. But off we go. Off we go. So the Notre Dame offseason, I thought we'd start there. We didn't do a season-ending show for various reasons, and I will assure our audience it wasn't out of petulance or upset or disappointment. We, like the team, decided not to go to a bowl and not continue. We just thought that was the best way to end the season. Plus, corralling our schedules at a very busy time of year was tough, but it's nice to be back. The Notre Dame offseason has been pretty busy. A lot of coaching changes. Paul, a lot of change in the coaching staff. I guess it's inevitable.
Correct. I mean, it's a sign of success. We've had this discussion in past years, and I think this is one of those in Marcus we trust. And I've loved the hires, and they've seemed to have gotten good reviews from people who actually know. And I'm not one of them, but they seem to be good. I'm happy that we got our safeties coach back. Like he left for a little bit. I'm happy with, in general, what we've seemed to have done, but time will tell. And we also have to be patient this year, because I do recall a few ash hole comments at the beginning of last year, and that turned out to be pretty good. So this is one of those things we all think we know what we're talking about, but we don't know these guys. We know Freeman, and he knows talent, and he knows coaching. So that's where I stand on all of it. I'm excited to see. I can't recall being this excited for a season to start.
Me too. Andy, we all were very nervous for a while about Freeman. Other than the Ohio State comments, which Paul likes to scare me about, I sort of think we have him for a while. And I think the offseason cements that perception for me. Your sense is I think Freeman's here until he wins one or two.
I mean, much like Paul, I still feel that the Ohio State draw will be our biggest nemesis that we got to deal with moving forward. I don't see him jumping to the NFL unless he gets a national championship under his belt, and then a lot of things change, of course. But to me, still the biggest threat is Ohio State. So if we can keep that bearded piece of garbage in Columbus for a few more years, I think we're in good shape.
Dolph, I was going to ask you about the coaching. I think the confluence of these things, this could be an extra special fantasy camp for you. You love fruit, right?
I do.
The new coach, one of the new coaches, Mr. Partridge, I'm sure you could get a picture of him and a pear tree. Right?
Yeah, of course. I will.
Wow.
Okay. I'll bring one down. What about you, Dolph? How do you feel about all the changes?
Well, this was sort of a crazy off season. I mean, players and coaches going. I mean, I think we all got very nervous at some point where, what are we doing? We're losing a lot of players. We're not signing anyone. And then you just said about Partridge. I think he's a great addition to the staff and the players. I mean, the players they signed, they seem like an interesting option. I mean, I never thought I'd see a guy from Alabama come to Notre Dame, but we got one. So I don't know. It's been an interesting off season, and I think the reviews at the end say that we have a great addition. So I don't know. I'm pumped up. I'm ready to see where we can go, and I mean, with CJ Carr, we could go anywhere. I mean, he's got more experience, and I think he's one of the best players in the nation. So I'm really pumped up with what's going on.
Without question, you led into a perfect segue to Paul as it relates to the portal. Paul, my thought on the portal this year is it wasn't just one or two, and we hope it works out. They've been doing better, but my goodness, a lot of high-end quality coming in.
Yeah, and I think that's a reflection on Mike Martin and his patience in the portal. Which again, there were text messages amongst this group of where's our guys, and we ended up getting a stable of guys. But it's more than Martin. I think there's been a shift in philosophy at the university where we're not just taking the fifth-year transfers now. They've opened that gate up a little. Like that was a gating issue at admissions, and then I think the success of Marcus Freeman has allowed that to open. And so we are taking some non-seniors and we're actually going to get to know these guys a little bit and get them involved in our culture and everything like that. I think it was a great off season, both at the coaching level and the transfer level and the overall philosophy level of how they're doing it. I still think to retain Marcus, there needs to be some rules in college football, not at Notre Dame, but I think the Wild West that college football is right now with no salary cap, none of this stuff hurts our chances to keep Marcus out of the NFL or to keep Ryan Day out of the NFL because these are miserable jobs right now. And I don't blame any coach for leaving to go to the NFL at this point in time. And that still scares me a little bit. That's just, he's great. He says all the right things and everything like that, but there's a certain time you just don't want to babysit your own roster and everyone else's roster, and you just go coach the men in front of you. And so I think if that situation ever clears up and there seems to be some rules around it, I think we have a better chance of keeping him longer term.
Yeah, good comment, Andy. Dolph mentioned the Alabama transfer. Keon, I believe, was original Notre Dame recruit and signee, wasn't he, at one point, and then flipped over to Alabama?
Yeah, I believe that to be correct. Yeah.
And Andy, we lost as a result. And Paul mentioned Mike Martin, and he's doing a great job. But unfortunately, sort of the fallout of that was we lost longtime Notre Dame person and good friend of all of ours. Or I shouldn't say good friend, but a guy we all think really, really highly of. Being too familiar, suggesting he's a friend. But if he saw us, we'd be friends. Mm-hmm. I'm very Canadian right now, trying to dance around the wording of it. Well, all that said, you saw where he went, didn't you, Andy? No, Mr. Poloquin?
Oh yeah. Which is hard to take, but you also understand that the guy's got to live, right? He's got to make a living, and I think not knowing, of course, the ins and outs of how everything ended, but just knowing kind of the surface of it. I still think deep down he's a Notre Dame man. He always will be, and like you said, he is certainly a very loose friend of all of ours, and has always been very kind and wish him the best no matter where he went. Honestly,
Dolph, the recruiting and the portal seemed to. I think we ended up first, second, or third, depending on what sort of service was looking at it, but it all seemed to turn out real nicely this year.
It certainly does. I mean, I think the table is set for us to do great things this year. We were denied last year because some administrative issue. We couldn't get into the final dance, but I think we're there, and people are still talking about this team like it's got to be one of the top 5-6 programs in the nation. So I think we should have a great season this year.
Before I talk about the draft, I thought I'd just mention the thing we have to ask one another, or have to ask you guys, and we've all had to sort of individually digest it. But Indiana, how did that sit, Andy? I mean, it was good that Miami lost. But how's Indiana winning sit with you?
It's a weird feeling for me personally. I mean, I've never been threatened by Indiana. I never really harbored ill will against Indiana. And then beyond Kurt Signetti just looking like a complete D-bag all the time, never really held anything against them. So the fact that they're in the same state as us and they have a national championship in the last 40 years and we don't is a little tough to take. But honestly, well, if it came down to Miami or Indiana, I was all Indiana, of course. But, I'm surprisingly okay with it. And the last team to beat Indiana was Notre Dame. So
true. It would have been tough, Dolph, for Miami to win, right? It would have been real tough.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to see the Hurricanes as champions again. Mm-hmm. Everyone's suffering.
Paul, isn't it almost worth having Miami go to the championship game and lose to know how much more painful that is for them?
No, I want them nowhere near my television. I want no success for that program at all. I would rather have them go 0-12. Nothing. I have nothing. No, nothing. Buck. I can't even talk.
On
the Indiana subject, though, the one thing I don't like is that the avoidance of tough scheduling model Cignetti embraced. Everyone made fun of him at the beginning, and then they fetated him like he was Vince Lombardi. So now everyone thinks it's okay to get rid of your first 3 games, which affects Notre Dame more than anyone. And it's going to be like, that's acceptable now. Like, Cignetti made it cool to not play anybody. So everyone's dropping. You see not just us, but you see people dropping games in favor of directional schools. And I think that's going to have a long-term bad effect on college football.
Yeah,
I agree. Interestingly, it was. I was watching the game. Other than Miami not wanting them not to win, I was rather neutral about it all. But the draft is coming up. We could have a couple Notre Dame guys going in the first round. Mr. Love is he's doing so well at the combine, or at the combine, and how he's been doing in the offseason. He's definitely a top 10. Andy, is any preference as to where he goes? I know he's already sort of publicly made fun of the Cowboys, saying, I don't even know who they are. I don't think I talked to them, but I think the recent projection I'm seeing is him potentially going to the Chiefs. Do you have any preference?
Personally, I don't. I mean, my NFL affiliations are pretty loose these days. If anywhere, just for my son's sake, the Vikings. I know it's probably not going to happen, but I'd like to see him in a Vikings uniform because, I'm a Giants fan technically when in the NFL, but it's my true heart is in college football these days, so I can't. I'd hope he goes someplace that treats him well and puts him in a position to be successful because he deserves that. So.
Andy, how's the offseason been with reference to the Sony PlayStation versus Drew?
Thank you for asking. It hasn't. We haven't played. We haven't played. But a startling turn of events last weekend. My daughter, for the first time ever, picked up a PlayStation controller and played Drew in NCAA Football 26 and beat him, and it led to some significant issues.
Wow!
Oh my God!
And as she was Notre Dame, because she is obviously my favorite child, and he was Oregon, and she was beating him by 30, and he got mad and turned it off. So
that's exceptional. So if I follow them,
that's amazing. First time she's ever played PlayStation. Yeah, I have no idea. She has no clue what she's doing. There's no possible way. She doesn't understand football. She doesn't know anything about football. I don't know how she did it, but.
So that makes you third in the house.
She keeps asking me to play her. She's like, "Come on, Dad, why don't you play me?" I'm like, please. I'm real nervous now. I don't know.
Yeah. And if you win, you'd then be the house champion.
True, that is true.
Yeah, Dolph, Love and Price, probably going in the first round. What are your thoughts?
Well, they're very good. I mean, I saw their 40-yard dash runs, and that was just incredible. I mean, the 40-yard dash, both of them are, one is 4.39 and the other 4.49, something like that. So, yeah, I mean, they're NFL ready. I mean, we saw them play and all year long, and both of them can make a team great, right? I mean, unfortunately, running backs are now very undervalued and almost disposable, but I think those two could be a good asset for any team.
Paul, do you remember the camp? I don't know if you were there, Andy. I don't think Dolph was there when they did the combine for us, and it almost killed guys.
Yeah,
I mean, we saw guys in the 40, like you could hear the hamstrings popping.
Yeah.
Best worst ideas ever. Like
it is interesting to see how much camp has changed from the first year to compared to last year where we barely practiced. And in the first year, we had a couple days of at least 2 practices a day that felt like that were legit practices for our level.
So Andy, I just saw on the chat here, Paul, would you like to read the last comment in Rodolfo voice? Just because it's one of our things.
I was looking for my intro. I appreciate our fans as always. The 2 comments that I would like to read out. Miles the Cat. This is in reference to Roger's new Google glasses. Good grief. he's going to have his glasses start telling bad jokes too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think we all thought that. I just didn't take time to type.
That's a real fear. That's a real fear.
And then big fan of the show, Steve Parquette, writing in, Andy, did I hear that correctly? 300 subscribers is the new goal. Challenge accepted. So
Indeed.
Parquette's army is going to come coming for you, I think.
Yeah.
300, 500, might as well be 60,000. It's not going to happen.
Lord love you, Paul. Before we move to National Treasures, any final comments on the draft or what you think might occur?
I mean, I would, I don't have a dog in the fight related to Jeremiah Love, but I'd love to see him with Andy Reid, just see what Andy would do with him. Like if there's a coach in the NFL that would use him properly, I think that would be a lot of fun. But I think we're going to see a lot of guys go.
Yeah. No, it's nice. It's a nice problem to have with nice problem. It's a nice benefit of the way the program is doing that. This is now a constant sort of reward with the draft. One quick last comment: the Super Bowl. While I'm not a huge NFL fan, I am a Seahawks fan, so I was happy to see them win. But I don't think I can assure everyone that all of the Notre Dame campers were just giddy with delight with when Mr. Mills got his sack. Wasn't that just the best moment?
Yeah.
Loved every moment.
Absolutely.
And knowing him the way you do, Paul, just how happy he must have been and how hard he's worked to get that. That was so cool.
Yeah, that was a great moment. And Jane, my middle daughter, knows Riley pretty well, and she was on the moon for that. That was awesome. Great.
Well, I remember the one year we were at the dinner there that first night, and he was with us, and he was talking to you, and you guys know each other a bit, and just the earnestness, like the honest, engaging earnestness of the fellow. He was interested honestly in what we had to say, and he was quite engaged.
Yeah.
And it was really cool.
Well said, Raji.
So let's move. Now,
interested in our stories, which I thought was great. It was great guy. Great guy.
Yeah, without question. And really happy for that moment for him. National treasures. I thought we'd start with the U.S. Don't want to upset you guys in any way. don't want. You guys go first. We'll go when you're done. Andy, what's your national treasure?
Well, I think we all know what my national treasure is, don't we?
I think we both know what our national treasure is.
I think
but
Paul
go
and I
ahead,
are
Andy.
sharing this national treasure, and it's the color gold. And it's not just that beautiful Notre Dame helmet. It's the color gold in a beautiful, beautiful sport, international sport, hockey. You guys might be familiar with it up there. Of course you are, because you put together a little squad that traveled across the pond, and they didn't do so well, but they gave it a shot. And we appreciate that.
Try.
It is like their fantasy camp team. That must have been their fantasy camp team over there. Yeah. So I'm going with Olympic gold in men's hockey and women's hockey, for that matter. I don't want to rub it in too much, but yeah, Olympic gold in hockey. Pretty humble about it.
I will say that your team has taken themselves a little bit too seriously. I mean, Connor Hellebuck wasn't he named Secretary of Defense? And then he goes out and starts a war. I mean, you might want to rein him in a bit. I mean, it's a bit much.
Just the hypocrisy of him not being the MVP either, and so giving it to some Canadian schlub was just ridiculous as well, as long as we're talking about the Olympics. But
yeah.
So you guys are sharing that as your collective one?
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime, the United States is known as the world's best in a lot of sports, and that's probably like our 11th best. So you guys gave it a plucky effort against our 11th best sport.
Let me ask just a general question as it relates to the world events over the past few months. Canada, Greenland, Cuba, Venezuela, Mexico, I guess, to some extent. I don't know what else you have your site. Oh, Iran. Not commenting on the merits of any of that. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but I just want to ask you a question now. As you look around the world, It used to be Canada, but who do you see as your best friend? Is it England, Andy?
Definitely not my best friend, but I mean, me personally, I still see Canada as my best friend.
Okay,
and honestly,
that's good. I'm happy for that.
As that game was unfolding, I remarked to my family that I need this game more than just about any other game in the world in history to go our way, because I'm going to hear about this to an extent that I don't want to hear about it, because I know far too many Canadians at this point.
You do. Yeah, you do. Paul, congratulations on your gold medals.
Thanks. And I, you know me, I watched 0 minutes of zero.
You did say that. Yeah, you did say that. But you're quite happy to accept, as you should. Great game. It was a wonderful hockey game, and congratulations to the U.S. Dolph, what's your national treasure? What are you going with?
I gotta go with a building right here in my hometown. I'm gonna change the whole deal. It's no gold, but it's a pretty building. It's the Palace of Fine Arts, Palacio de Bellas Artes, which is just downtown. And we've been talking about this. That building is made out of marble. And the thing about marble at that area in the city is that it starts to sink. So
sinking,
we have that.
Yes,
yeah, it is sinking. So that's just like a national theater where we get a lot of music events, concerts, opera, you name it, everything. So it's right there beside the Alameda, which is a big park right downtown. It's an Art Deco building, and it's really a pleasure to see that building. Whenever you come down to Mexico City, you got to go there. It has a museum, and it has been kept in optimal shape. Besides the fact that it's sinking, but I mean it's a beautiful building.
Thank you for that, Dolph. Mine, well, I used to think we conquered all things on ice, but you guys have proven that wrong. But we are still the curling champions of the world. And my favorite part of the curling championship was.
You really want to go there?
We're going there. I'm ready. Was when those
Okay.
weaselly Swedes were saying we were cheating, and the Canadian reaction wasn't, "Oh, I'm sorry." It was dropping F-bombs and let's go, Yorgi. Let's start a fight. Yeah. So and I'll tell you right that. No, stop. I'll tell you right now. You're allowed to double touch your own rocks. You can't double touch other people's rocks.
I mean, the head of the curling for the Canadians was either just blind, no offense, James, but the videotape is obvious he's cheating, and evidently he's been doing it for months. Everyone's calling him out. So I can't believe they let them continue. They should have been disqualified immediately.
Yeah. And possibly
in curling, I actually watched curling. I didn't watch any hockey. I did watch.
Our national treasure remains curling, the gold medal national champions of the world. So, and by the way, I'll tell you this: I was all excited. I tuned in, ready for this event. The biathlon is not what I thought it would be. It's very different. 2026
guns.
2026 camp is coming up in less than 90 days. Mr. Cranny, Nooks and Cranny, is sending me day updates in terms of how many days we have to come. Excited for that. It seems it takes forever to get here, then it goes so fast. So anyone new who's listening to this, do your best to try and slow it down and stay in the moment as much as possible. And for those who have returning, it's going to seem this year like it goes even faster, but it's because it is. I think our game this year is on the Wednesday night, and we start on the Sunday. Is that correct, Paul? Or do you even know?
I haven't gotten that far. I did sign up. I know it's sold out, and I can't wait.
Is that accurate? Is that true?
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But
Yeah. So you have to arrange to come in even earlier because I think probably the golf outing will be on the Saturday and the party will be
Oh my
maybe on
God.
Saturday night. So yeah, food for thought.
Jeez.
There is a change in schedule. What year is it for you, Dolph? Is this year 4?
That's year 5 already.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
Incredible.
what number are you going with this year?
I guess
69.
32.
no, I won't take your number, Andy. Yeah,
That was, his
very
number,
good.
that was his number in high school.
Excellent.
Yeah. Paul, this is year 10, Camp 10?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And what number are you going with this year?
Oh, he froze.
He's in deep
You
thoughts.
know how I do this. I will be number 10.
Okay, yeah,
Oh,
right.
okay. Very good.
Yeah, makes sense. Let me guess, Andy, year 7?
8.
And you'll be, let me guess, number 13.
No.
Oh,
You know what? I'm going to be number 1 because that's how we're going
Yeah.
to finish the season, and we're going to be national champions.
well, that's cool. That's cool. Well done.
I got a
That
lot
was
right
my-
on this one.
Yeah.
I wore that one year. I enjoyed that a lot. I enjoyed being number 1. It was fun.
Well, that's awesome. Andy, any tips for anyone coming to camp for the first time or second time who can't recall what happened?
And this is very difficult for me to do, but to be very serious for a minute, and everybody echoes the same thing, but really just kind of take in the moment. Don't worry about the football because the football is not why you're there, and you think it's why you're there, but it's not why you're there, and you'll see that by the end of the week that the football is fun and a nice add-on, but it's just being around the University of Notre Dame, the people who make Notre Dame what it is, and all the campers who are there, and all their various stories, and of course, many of us have some deep friendships at this point. But just being with you guys is what the week is at this point, which is really hard for me to say. But hanging out with you guys is the week for me. So.
Yeah, well said. Paul, I do have a tip from George Davis. He wanted to let the new people know that the lines on the field are a little higher than most people think.
They are tripping.
So you can trip if you have a clear path to the end zone after an interception on one of the lines. So be careful of that. Paul, is there any chance, I'll ask you for your tip as well for anyone new, but is there a chance this year that George actually gets a cease and desist and all pens are confiscated prior to camp?
I mean, yes, of course. I think it's the good thing about George is that he's not the obvious guy. Like Jeremiah Love,
yes.
George asks people for autographs that are stunned and so happy to give them to him because they've never been asked before. So I think the odds of cease and desist on that are not, the lady at the cafeteria,
Yeah.
like people like
the guy at the taco truck.
Exactly. Like selfie with the taco truck guy. And so I don't think he'll get a cease and desist because people like that will be more than happy to give him an autograph.
Paul, what's your tip for anyone coming this year?
And it's hard Andy said it so well. It's just, I don't come for the football. The behind the scenes stuff is fabulous, but it's the guys and it's not just the guys not on this call or the ones we hang around with all the time. I'm looking forward to meeting some new people. There'll be some new guys that have fast stories as well. And if advice to a new person is come join the everyone wants to hang out with you. You don't think it, but everyone here can't wait to meet
without question. Dolph, can I take a shot at telling your tip?
Sure.
You can still give yours, but So let me tell you, people, this is Rodolfo. When you come to camp, you must come in a white van with people you barely know. They drop you off, and you're late for everything. Be late for everything. Make sure you get lots of nap times, and the Martins has very good fruit. Is that close?
Couldn't have said it better.
Yeah, I thought it was him.
Yeah. Anything to add to that, Dolph? No, I guess not.
Well, I mean, it's the same as you said, guys. I mean, there's nothing more. I mean, you come for the friendships, the guys there. You have for a week, the whole Notre Dame football program open to you, which not anywhere. I don't know anywhere else they do this, and it's just outstanding. I mean, the bonds and what that we have made there are incredible, and yeah, exactly. It's not about football; it's about the friendships.
Oh, without question. And it's really cool that we get to do it. I don't know of any other programs that do it or have done it for anywhere this long, and no one could do it as well as Notre Dame does. So we're really, really fortunate. And you know what? We're all at that age, or maybe not Andy, but we're all at that age where try and continue to do what the body wants, or what the heart wants, for as long as the body allows. And
Exactly.
very grateful for another chance. I do have to, a little disclosure here, a little transparency. My Rodolfo impression, I have to get one in a season, simply because I think it's my chance for an Emmy. I think that performance of Rodolfo is going to get to the judges, and my radio Emmy could be on the YouTube Emmy. Could be on the way.
Mr. Linehan has something to say about that. He also has a great Rodolfo.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Well, his Rodolfo is better. Yeah.
I think a lot better.
Yeah.
He might get the Emmy.
If I can, before we talk about the early 2026 view, if I could just share something. There's a Canadian hero who passed away this week, and I went to his wake, and it was very strange, extremely strange. Went into the wake, was well attended, well loved by all Canadians. I went in there. Now, he was the guy who invented the throat lozenge. And I went into the wake, and he was just laying there on a table. Just laying there on a table. It was the strangest thing I ever saw. Apparently, he wanted no coffin.
I was trying to hit my video block button, but I couldn't find it, Andy. Sorry.
No coffin. Early 2026 view. Dolph, who are you most excited? Name a player or two that you think are key to this year that you're really excited. I mean, CJ Carr is likely the most obvious one, but maybe not CJ. Who else do you think, or what position group? You lead any way you want with this, but who do you think? Who do you think you're really interested in?
Defensive backfield is absolutely. I mean, Adon Schiller and who's the other guy? Leonard Moore. Leonard Moore. I mean, what more can you say? Those two guys are like.
Is Christian Gray back?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Yes. He's wearing number 6. No, he's going back to his old number 6.
Okay.
So
yeah, I mean, that's probably where we have more experience defensively. So that's what I'm looking for this season.
Paul, your thoughts? What players? What are you most excited about seeing?
The run talking about earlier with Price and Love. I think Aeneas Williams, if you recall, before he got hurt, the one time he was always on the field was for pass blocking. And I think that's going to be so important, the great quarterback back there. He looks for contact. I also think he's been playing behind two of the best running backs in college football, and I think he can do it. We also have some freshman home run hitters behind him, Osborne, and I don't recall the other guy's name, but I'm so excited to see Walton. I can't wait to see Aeneas Williams and those running backs step up when everyone's going to call that a weakness because we lost the obvious narrative. We lost Love and Price. Watch our running backs go this year.
Andy, I'll get to you in a second. I'm excited about. I mean, our defense. That, like Dolph mentioned, the secondary is exceptional. They'll get in coverage, but I think the adds to the D line this year, some monsters there who are really gonna make a difference in getting pressure on the quarterback and just making it a shutdown defense. I'm excited for that. Andy, what about you? What?
Same. That's the same group I was going with. The defensive line, the guys up front are going to be difference makers, and we're going to set up a lot of things for our already outstanding secondary. So I think defensively we're in good shape. And I echo what Paul says about Aeneas Williams. He wasn't out there a lot last year. We didn't see him a ton, but when we did see him, he produced. So And before that, he was producing, and like Paul said, in like the little, not the home run type stuff, but the little technical aspects of a running back that give you success, especially with a quarterback like CJ Carr. He doesn't have to worry about, Riley Leonard breaking the pocket and running, or design plays for Riley to run with. I mean, these are going to be design plays for CJ to throw the ball around, and Aeneas back there is another level to help him as a receiver, because he's an exceptional receiver as well, and as a pass blocker.
Remember him in that Penn State game? That was a huge catch.
He was
huge play.
That was a huge play.
Off the radar for most, but not for me. Everyone knows my love affair with Thor. They have replaced him with another Australian punter. So I'm very excited to see what this fellow can do and meet him at camp.
And
Paul,
I think this is the year that Jevon Sneed really takes off. I think this is the year Jevon Sneed really takes off, too.
And Osbury, too, right? Paul?
Yeah, love Osbury. Am I frozen?
Not anymore. No.
Yeah.
We now move on to the record. I'm going to ask you guys. The schedule looks a little easy. Again, really early to say. We can't afford more than one loss. Ideally, we'd like to have none. But what's your sense as to the record, Andy? And are we in play for the national? Is it a realistic goal this year? Is it realistic this year, national?
Absolutely. I think it's probably in my lifetime. I mean, we didn't expect it 2 years ago, and it kind of just materialized. But I think going into this season, there's a lot of expectations. We're set up for it. Hopefully injuries don't play a part, but I think we're in a good spot. And I don't, it's the way too early realm of this, but I don't see us losing a game, and I see us going, and I see us winning it all.
Yeah, Paul, I'm just say ditto.
Like I thought by the end of last year, if we had gotten in, we would have run the table and won it. We are going to do that this year. And if you recall, I was unpopular on this episode last year when I called 2 losses and got called out in text. It's a rough world out there in social media. People were rough on me, but I got us rolling this year all the way. Natty.
I agree. I think we have this is exciting. It's an exciting season. I'm excited to get to camp and see get things going. Dolph, what about you?
Yeah, 12-0. We get our revenge game against Miami, and we win it all this year.
Mm-hmm. Injuries, the only thing, like Andy said, injuries is the key word. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Paul, there's a new thing from Miles Cat, and this is sincere. This is a public service announcement to all new campers, all existing campers. Please give these to Andy.
And for all the new campers, Andy will gladly take your medium shirts.
I will.
Andy loves wearing medium. I've never seen him angrier or more perturbed about anything. and believe me, I've done a lot of things to perturb Andy.
I mean, and to be quite frankly, I'm perturbed by a lot of things, but I have never been more uncomfortable and more upset than when I was like, why am I wearing a medium shirt? It was hard to deal with.
And you literally, we've talked about the story before, but you were so uncomfortable that when you got in the locker room, you were happy to take the sweaty large of another person.
I did. I took the shirt off. I don't remember who it was, who traded with me now, but
Joe Blazes.
Yes. We swapped shirts, and I was never happier to do it.
Andy, what's your favorite thing about spring?
Oh, thanks for asking. Well, nothing. I'm not a big fan of spring. I hate spring, quite honestly.
Come on, Andy.
I do. I hate spring.
He's stealing my thunder twice now. That's twice he stole my thunder.
I'm not.
Can I get called on first? Just one time. I want to get called on first.
Yeah, we'll put Andy last. Paul, you hate spring too?
I do. I've always hated spring. Grew up playing baseball. Played in the summer, little league, everything like that. I got to high school baseball season. We hit wiffle balls indoors. We played like 6 games. I quit. I hated it. It was so dumb. Spring in Ohio on Lake Erie is the worst. It's like 22 degrees, and then one day it's 80. There's no spring. My favorite thing about hate it.
I love getting up at 5:30 in the morning and what I refer to as the dawn chorus. The birdies, they're little songs, alive and excited for the day. And it's starting now. It's just a few hardy birds are out there, but soon the morning is just full of birds singing hello to me to start the day. That makes me very, very happy. I also learned that I used to think it was the birds getting up in the morning singing their alive songs. I'm alive. This is great. I still like to think that's the case, but a bird expert had said that it's actually the birds out there. It's their mating song, and so now I walk around going, they think I'm sexy. they really like Raji. So,
Wow.
Dolph, what about you? What do you like about the spring? I guess not being shot.
Wow. You can get shot any time of in the season of the year.
I guess.
Here, so. Yeah. Doesn't have to be a spring thing. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan because we have a long spring here. It's already here, so the weather is
Andy,
way too hot.
Well, the three of us are geographically inclined to the same.
I know.
The three of us, and I get emails from him or texts early in the morning. Oh, it's just 75 degrees at 7 a.m. Really?
Exactly.
Really?
Exactly. But let me add one thing. I think I like spring ever since I've been coming to camp because camp is at the end of spring every year. So that's the great thing about spring.
That is fair.
It's the gateway to summer. It's the end of spring and the gateway to summer. Our next segment is Ask Andy. This is one which, when I received when I get the mailbag and I go through it, I get a lot of Ask Andys. Like, we need more of this. It's really, really important. Paul, you have a question or inquiry for Andy?
I do. This is probably a topic we haven't discussed before because I didn't realize that hockey was our national sport until recently. But Andy, did you ever play hockey growing up?
I did not. No, there was hockey really wasn't much of a thing where I lived. Very rural area. There wasn't any ice rinks. There was nothing. Hockey wasn't a big deal back then. So, no, I never played hockey.
Thank you for the information, Andy. I'll add that to my file.
Thank you for asking, Paul.
Dolph, a question for Andy?
I do. I mean, with all these AI things we have been getting from Mr. Knight lately, how many overalls do you own, Andy?
0. Actually, no, I have to amend that. I do own one pair of insulated Carhartt winter overalls.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you wear them
Are
shirtless?
they mediums? Those mediums.
They're getting to be because they're about 30 years old. So I'm slightly different than I was 30 years ago.
It's funny you mentioned that, Andy, because that's, funnily enough, my question was about the farm.
Oh,
can you walk us through the winterization process? What happens at the farm in the winter?
The 164 scale farm?
No, in a real farm. Like, what's the hardest part about winter on a real farm? And then I guess and then to follow that through, what do you do down in the basement? Do you have that spray snow you put on everything? Or?
No, I actually it's currently stuck in eternal autumn down there because we didn't make any adjustments.
It's my cologne, by the way. It's Eternal Autumn.
My favorite band, actually. On a real farm, your biggest concerns in the winter is going to be freezing pipes and water issues. That's going to be one of your major concerns in a farm.
Not vermin?
No, it's going to be ice. It's going to be freezing pipes. Yeah, that's what's going to get you.
Who's the biggest enemy to the farm? Another. What vermin is the biggest enemy to a farm?
Probably the Canadian.
Yeah. Leave it at that. Canadian traps set all around the farm. Maple syrup in the bear claw.
Rats in the buildings, in the feed source, biting your livestock. But out in the fields, I would say, well, we call it around here woodchucks. I don't know if that's the actual term.
Gophers? Are they gophers?
I guess they're kind of gophers, but they're hardy. They're big, and they dig big burrows in the in fields that cause a lot of problems. So,
have you ever put on like a sexy woodchuck outfit to lure them somewhere?
I have, and it works. It's never failed me.
We'll move on to Paul. Tell us a story. Dolph, do you have a question for him? Or did you ask?
There was a lot to unpack there, but we're going to move on, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Let's move on.
Okay. Paul, please tell us a story.
Sure. Try to think, I try to time these up with the calendar of what life is like at Notre Dame on different times of the year. And when you are a student at Notre Dame, and I believe this is still true, it was when Grace went there recently, is that time the spring break of Notre Dame's, academic year, so that 3 out of the 4 years you're a student there, you are not on campus for St. Patrick's Day. And, when I went to school there, it's before the internet and, most things are just rumor. You can't actually prove any of this stuff. But that was the longstanding legend that you only get one St. Patrick's Day at Notre Dame when you're a student. And I was like, boy, that seems a little restrictive. I don't understand it until my junior year of college when I was on campus for St. Patrick's Day. And clearly those students should not be allowed to be there for any of the 4 years. It was like starts at 6 o'clock in the morning with a marathon run with a lot of green beer. And it just went downhill from there. I don't want to go into too many details, but it was something that was clearly the administration was like, okay, we're going to let you have one of these so you don't revolt, but you're only getting one. And it was looking back on it as an adult is a very smart decision on their part. It was a fun day. Let's just leave it at that. It was a fun day.
I know it's early, but you have one child in high school still. Do you think the trajectory is for her to end up in that space as well, or is it too
That's
early
a goal.
to articulate?
That's our goal. She's good academically, but it's tough these days, and we'll see how it goes. But that's her goal too. I don't think it was ever Grace's. I don't think it was ever Grace's goal. I think she just ended up there. It wasn't something she. It's one of those. Well, if my dad likes it, I can't like it kind of things until the end. But Mary's leaning that way. But we'll see. It's a long process, but she's doing good.
Well, thank you for that, Paul. If I can, your stories are the best. I mean, I still laugh whenever I think of you doing your onside kick. That is clearly one of the best stories I've ever heard. I'd like at camp, Paul, this year. Could you try one? Would you try an onside kick?
I think if we get enough people to rally us, I think we could try that. I think if enough people have heard the podcast story, I was hoping. It actually just came up. Like I was out with my friends a couple weeks ago on a Monday night, and somebody new was there, and my buddy Jarrett never hesitates to bring up the onside kick story. So it was brought out again to a new audience. Yes.
Interesting. If I can, again, pales in comparison to yours, but my dear dog Wilco, I found his memoirs. I did not know that he had quite a dating life. He was quite a dog of the world. I mean, he told me once that he used to date an air stewardess from Helsinki, and he said, I dropped her off at the airport one day, and she vanished into thin air. Thin air. Okay. I know people are laughing.
That's Andy. Where is that button? I can't find it. I tried to pull the trigger right away. I can't find the button.
I just hit the camera. I just click on the little camera icon, and it mutes the camera.
We'll move on to
I was doing the pull down tab there. I couldn't find the option. Okay. Now we know how to protest. Okay, good.
We'll move on to our last segment. We've got a tight hour going tonight. This is good. This is way back, I guess, when the season's not on and we don't have a guest. It's a little quicker and on point. So thank you for that. Random questions. Andy, is there a question you want to ask? I'm saving mine for last because mine's extremely vulnerable and I need extreme honesty from all of you. Andy, You're first.
Mine's going to be very non-controversial. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the panel today for letting me know that fantasy camp is one day earlier than what I had already booked my trip for. So I'm going to have to adjust that. So, as well as my return, and there's no need for me to stay basically 2 extra days now. So that was fun. I appreciate that. I did not pick up on that on the registration, that the dates were not even remotely the same. Is my only question is, it's not really random. Is anybody going to the blue gold game?
I know you said you guys were going, and I'm trying to make that work right now. I have one obstacle, but I'm trying to work around that, so I will try to get there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited to go. I've never been to one. Never been to,
and it really worked out that it's the same day as the lacrosse game I was planning to go to anyway. So that's a home run.
I'm a little nervous about seeing your son Drew. I haven't seen him in a couple of years, and I suspect he's taller than me. But I hope he still likes me.
No, you guys are about the same height, I think.
Yeah,
I don't think
is the whole family going, Andy, or just you and Drew?
Just me and him. Yep.
Okay,
yep.
That's great.
Dolph, your random question for us.
What mythological creature would you like to be real?
Roger.
What mythological creature?
I'll go with the leprechaun.
Well done, Paul. Really well done.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'd say Bigfoot, but he is real. So
clearly.
Wouldn't it be a wonderful world if the Easter Bunny was real? Like I'd love that.
Easter
Bunny, actually.
It really is. And if you think about the minds of our children who believe that a rabbit travels the world giving them chocolate, what a fanciful place to live in. But I would love the Easter Bunny to be true.
Well, let me lower the volume so you're not shouting that through the rest of my house, Raj. One point of concern there with that. When it's like, what scale are we talking here on the Easter Bunny? Like, we talking like a 6 foot, 220 pound Easter Bunny? Because that's producing feces that is unpleasant to deal with, right? Like, you want to find that in your yard when you're hunting for eggs? I don't think you do.
No. I never really gave the scale of the bunny size, but given you're the scale expert, maybe a 1/64th Easter Bunny.
Well, that's just ridiculous. That's almost physically
ridiculous. Okay, that's ridiculous. Oh, what about you? What mythical creature? Oh, you said the leprechaun.
Yeah.
Dolph, what about you?
Probably jackalope, which is real.
And that's just from a dating perspective. That's a
absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is it? Wait, I'm not. This isn't the same joke I made on the Easter Bunny, but isn't the jackalope a real animal? I think it is, isn't it?
Is he?
I don't
Have you ever seen one?
We may have made your dreams come true here, Rodolfo, but I think we may be able to pull this one off.
Okay.
Is a snow Mexican a mythical beast, or no? Is that just a Canadian?
That's us.
It's just Canadian.
That's us. Yeah. That was the best meme. I think it was an eagle drinking a beer saying, "Cry some more, snow Mexicans."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was that Trevin?
Roger, did you see that we shared the same meme within I don't know, maybe 10 or so minutes of each other today, unconnected? The Lane Kiffin meme.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that's solid. Yeah, Lane Kiffin has decided that he's leaving LSU to become the supreme leader of Iran. That's his new challenge.
The photo with the beard was great.
Outstanding. Paul, what's your random question for us?
Yeah, okay. If you guys were selected to give a TED talk of something you were the world's expert on, what would your TED talk be on?
1/64 scale farming, obviously.
I thought yours was easy. I really thought yours was easy.
Yep.
Dolph?
Oh, it's probably something history related. Probably, I don't know, maybe the Battle of the Somme. I've read a lot about that battle. So.
Mine would be on peanuts, but it wouldn't just be a fluffy piece.
Sorry,
It
what'd you
be
say?
Peanuts.
That's it. Let's drop the mic. Let's get out of here. That was
We're
But it would be a deep introspective view into the psychology of all the various characters and how they all sort of resemble, or they all are a piece of Charles Schultz himself. I take a deep dive into that, either that or the life of my dog, Wilco, his jokes. But I wouldn't get much attendance. Great question. Paul, what would you answer?
Yeah, I mean, the obvious answer is money laundering, but that would be boring. I don't think that would be well attended either. Well, it depends. It may not have the clientele we're looking for to hear the answer on that. But I think I can do a pretty deep dive on the 1988 national championship too. Like I can go an hour on that team.
Dolph, it's your turn to ask us a question.
I already did.
Yes.
I apologize. So we've done everyone but me.
Yeah.
See,
No,
you
didn't ask.
I'm really nervous about mine because it is a bit of vulnerability, and I'm opening myself up. But I know this is a safe place, and I know no one's watching. There's no joke, Paul. There's no joke coming.
Okay. Sorry. A little premature there. I was excited that I know how to do it now.
Has everyone over the past week watched the wonderful story that's gone viral? I see videos about it every day. It is so heartwarming. It's so delightful. About Punch, the little monkey in Tokyo, who's bullied and been cast out of the lot. And they gave him an IKEA stuffed monkey, and that's his best friend, and that's where he goes. Do you know the story? Am I?
Yeah, I know. I'm familiar with it.
Yes.
Am I the Punch of camp?
This is a tough way for you to find out, but I think you might be.
Yeah. If Bass
if you're the Punch of camp, who's the monkey?
I was going to say that if there's a monkey
monkey
waiting for me, yeah, it could be Rodolfo.
We're a little too far.
Yeah. So if there's a monkey waiting for me,
I like it.
Wonderful story. Just I love watching and as our capitalism takes hold of every single opportunity. All the IKEA stuffed monkeys in Toronto have been sold out and are now being sold on the marketplace for like 6 and 7 times the value to get your own Punch stuffed monkey. So I can't find one. Mm-hmm. I can't. But interesting stuff. All right, we move on now to conclude our podcast and say farewell to our audience. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and please like, subscribe, share. We are more than we started today at what seemed like a distant dream. We're now well past the 50% mark. Suddenly, by the generosity of Mr. Fowler, we only need 164 subscribers to get there. So we're less than 50%. But math is not I should turn my glasses on to get the math next time.
That would be the only thing your glasses are turning on, quite honestly.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I miss your long flowing locks too. I'm not sure where I come out on the haircut yet. I might be
I like it. This is original Raji. I'm team original Raj.
Yeah, the haircut came with. I saw some pictures of myself. And I, oh good God, what am I doing? And then I came home and Kathleen, who had been literally asking for months, get a haircut. And when I came home, I said, how could you let me look like that for as long as I did? So, I feel, and who knows? It'll take years to ever grow back to that length again. So there's no chance of me revisiting that. So that was my last gasp at any type of hair. Speaking to the guys who Krusty the Clown, Mr. had a hair there, and Paul.
Beautiful head of hair. Beautiful head of hair.
Yeah. Paul, you could dye that thing red, and you could be like the guy from Simply Red. Your hair is so curly and flowing. That would be you. Nick and Andy.
I have a strong tenor voice too. I think I could play that part.
Holding back the ears.
Yes, exactly.
Andy, is
yeah, of course.
That's outstanding. Andy,
I can hit that note.
Andy, this is just coming to me out of the blue. Grow your hair, get a perm, and I will give you 500 Canadian dollars. Is there a chance?
No, there is no chance. There is no chance.
I'll throw 500 if you wear 69 at camp.
What if it was What if it was for American dollars?
American. I don't know.
Wait, Rodolfo, you offered to wear number 69 at camp if he grows a perm. This might be worth something.
Yeah, absolutely. But he's got to wear the number too. The perm and the number.
Oh, I thought you were offering to wear the number if he got the perm. Okay.
No. The number is for him, not for me.
Lovely to see you, gentlemen, again. Hope it's not so long next time. I suspect we'll do something, at least one more before camp, maybe two. We'll likely do something from camp. Like, that'd be a fun thing to do this year. Try and broadcast from camp. So we'll do that and get some interviews and some on-site stuff this year. We'll do some video of that as well. But lovely to see you guys again. To everyone watching, thank you for that. Any closing comments from any of you?
No, let's schedule one after the blue gold too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Good plan. Well, lovely to see you guys again. It makes my heart warm to see you all. Thanks for doing this. And as always, go Irish.
Go Irish.
See you guys.
Go Irish. Take care, boys.